It doesn't matter. Oops, I almost dropped them. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner crocheter or if you're an advanced crocheter. This little frog is just the most adorable little guy. Look at these little legs. Look, they just flop around and he is just dying to hang out in your house. Let's go crochet him. Hi, welcome to Heartfelt Crochets by Darlene. That's me. Here you are going to find all things crochet, whether you're a beginner or you're a long-time crocheter like me. I'm going to post for everybody. So the only thing that I need from you is for you to grab a cup of coffee or whatever it is that you're drinking today and come crochet with me. Oh, and by the way, if you do like my videos, give me a thumbs up. Yep, see, need my cup of coffee this morning. Subscribe and leave lots of comments below because I love interacting with you guys. So let's go crochet. Okay, so to make this little froggy guy, we are going to need some chunky yarn. This is Parfait Chunky. We're going to need a 4.5 millimeter hook, a pair of scissors, a darning needle, a stitch marker, safety eyes, and 2 backings to the safety eyes. So we're going to set these aside for now. We are going to begin by creating a slip knot. And we are going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to 4 double crochets in the 3rd chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3rd chain. Create 4 double crochets. 2, 3, and 4. So that the first chains that we had skipped to make our first double crochet is going to count as a double crochet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we are going to single crochet in the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to 5 double crochets in the last chain. Then we are going to turn and work on the opposite side of that chain, and we are going to make 3 double crochets in the next 3 spots that are right opposite of these 3 double crochets. So we're going to insert here. Come on. Okay. No, I don't want to go into that hole. I want to go into this next one. There we go. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we are going to see it creates like little bumps, and that's where the eyes are going to go, little froggy bumps. So now we are going to single crochet into this first single crochet from the last round, and we are going to place our stitch marker in that stitch. Okay, we are going to single crochet around for the next 3 rounds. So that's 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15 and 16. So you should have 16 single crochets around. Now do this 2 more rounds. Place your stitch marker again. And 16. Remove your stitch marker. Make a single crochet in the next stitch. Place your stitch marker again into that single crochet. Okay, so now is the time that we're going to add the eyes into these little bumps. Now, where your yarn and your stitch marker is in the back of your frog, so you want to go into the front of your frog. And you're going to grab your little eye, and you're going to place it probably about right there. And then about right there. Yep, that looks good. You put the backing on. Oh, now see, it wants to go right through the hook, so the stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over just a little bit so that it goes in between the stitch, right in the stitch instead of in between the stitch. So we're going to put it right in here. And then I'm going to move this one over right in here. Let's see how that looks. That looks good. So then when we flip it over, it's not coming through that hole. I put the backing on. Push it. Show you here, a little feeler here, a little snap. There we go. It's just so cute. Now we're going to put a little bit of stuffing inside these eyes. I'm going to break it up a little bit. Okay. Okay, and just a little bit more stuffing there, and then we'll stuff it again after. Okay, so now for rounds 5 through 11, for the next 7 rounds, we're just going to continue single crocheting around in each stitch, and then I will meet you at the end of the 11th round. Sometimes this plushy yarn will end up like catching. So you have to be really gentle, because if you don't, then it kind of ends up getting this little space in between, and it'll end up getting pilly. So make sure that you're really gentle if that happens. Okay, so I'll see you at the other end. Crochet away, my friends. And on the last row, okay, so now what you're going to want to do is stuff the body with some more fiber fill. Break it up. Breaking it up makes it so that it doesn't end up being stiff and lumpy. Okay, so we're just going to start packing it in. And then kind of like push the around the edges, kind of push it in really well. Okay, feel it. If you want it a little bit softer, then that's about good. If you want it stiffer, then you would add a little more. So then you just keep on adding it to your liking on how stiff you want yours. That's good. Maybe a little more. We're going to give it a little bit of a push around the back. And we're going to put a little bit more in there. That's good. Okay. Now we are going to pinch it together, and we are going to slip stitch. They don't always line up together. Okay, right there. Let's try that. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is make sure your yarn is on the other side of your hook. And we're going to insert the hook here and on the other side. Just slit stitch. I don't like this one's a little too loose. I'm going to tighten that one up a little bit. And like I said, it gets a little caught a little bit. All right, so there we go. All right, so slip stitch. And you're just going to do that all the way across just to close it up. Make sure that fiber fill stays inside. Nope. Oh, come on. Oh, for crying out loud. and in the corner. Okay, so we're not going to cut the yarn for the first leg. We are going to go ahead and chain 14 from this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Then we're going to double crochet in the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet. Slip stitch into the same chain. And then we're going to chain 2. And we're going to make another double crochet in the same chain. And then we're going to slip stitch, then chain 2. Confused myself for a minute there. And then we are going to make another double crochet. And slip stitch. And there is their little like suction cups. Isn't that cute? Then we are going to slip stitch all the way down the remaining chain. So we're going to insert our hook into the next chain, slip stitch, all the way down. And this is giving the leg a little bit of a thickness to it. So it's not just a chain stitch. Just a minute, Daisy. My dog's asking to go out, so... Oh, come on. She's an old lady. She's 14 years old and her blood is getting a little weak. So I am going to finish this leg and then I'm going to pause the video and let her out. Okay, and then we are going to just tuck it in, slip stitch, and then you're going to cut it. And I'm going to pull it through, and I will be right back. This is Daisy. Say hello, Daisy. Look at the camera. Daisy. Hi. She's a good old girl. Okay. So, where were we? I had to let Daisy out. This is a little bit too long, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to snip that just a little bit shorter. Now, we're going to thread that through our darning needle. And we're just going to flip our frog over. Just going to insert it anywhere and have it come up through. And then we're going to cut our yarn. See, a little pilly. There's one leg. Cute. Now for the next one, we are going to do the same exact thing. And we are going to just put in our hook into the corner. We're going to grab our yarn and draw it through. And then we are going to chain 14. And then in the third chain, we are going to double crochet, slip stitch in the same chain, chain 2, double crochet, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, all in the same chain, and slip stitch. And there's a little suction cups of the frog's feet, little tree frog. And then we are going to slip stitch down the rest of the chain. And then just go attach it into the corner, slip stitch. Gonna snip our yarn, pull it through, again, we're gonna feed it into the back of the frog. Kind of put it back down through. We're gonna do the same with this other end from where we attached it to the leg. And we are going to snip that. Then we are going to do the same thing. We're going to find about the center of the frog, which if you eyeball it, is probably right about here on either side. You're just going to flip it over and you're going to insert your hook underneath that stitch. And like we did for the bottom leg, we're just going to go ahead and make sure that you leave enough of a tail so that you can tuck it in. Grab a hold of the yarn, pull it through. Make sure you grab your working yarn and not that extra tail. I like to hold it down so it doesn't end up pulling through, see? And chain 14. Double crochet into the third chain, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, slip stitch, and slip stitch all the way down the chain. Ah, come on. Get in there. And one more. Hello. Okay. Pull that tight. And then go again, just into the body and slip stitch. Hello. Cut that yarn. Pull through. Same thing, just pull it up through. I shouldn't have pulled that off. Okay. And just back up the other way. Just to make it secure so it doesn't end up coming out. Do the same thing with this one. Snip your yarn. And do the same thing, find about right across. And just go under a stitch. Come on. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to do is put on a little mouth. Now we are going to take some black yarn. We're going to go ahead and thread it Okay, we're going to come from the side down here. And then we are going to come up where we want the mouth, and it goes up pretty high. About there. And we're going to leave this part hanging like this. You know, flip our frog upside down, go in here, and come back up to where we went in. And do the same thing again. Little froggy mouth. We are going to go ahead and insert our hook and come out down here with this end. And then we are going to make a knot. And again, a little square knot so it doesn't come undone. It's a little long. Go ahead and cut that. Better to have too much than too little. Then we are going to thread our needle again. We're going to tuck it in where that knot is. Come out the back side. Cut it. And there is our little leggy frog. You did it! And I will see you next time. Bye!